Gazing into the magic 8-ball, who could have predicted the challenges for Samsung as it launches the new S8? Samsung needs a picture-perfect debut to close the chapter on one of the most disastrous product launches in tech history, the complete recall of the fire-prone Galaxy Note 7. Is the outlook good for Samsung? Or should we concentrate and ask again later?
Samsung needs to come out in a level of full force that basically says, we are fine, everything is great, this is not a problem. If they have even so much as one issue with that phone that gets made public, they're over.
Whistle while you wake.
Samsung was riding high when it launched the Note 7 back in August. Reviews were rapturous, but almost immediately reports began surfacing of phones heating up and bursting into flames.
It ended up costing them $6 billion in a misadventure. Probably the worst part is they released it, they got into trouble, they recalled it, said it was fixed, and got into trouble again.
Samsung says the fires were not the fault of its hardware or software, but rather the batteries made by outside suppliers, which have never publicly acknowledged responsibility. The uncertainty has cost Samsung badly. Apple's smartphone shipments have outpaced Samsung's for the first time in years. Artificial intelligence is one way for Samsung to fight back. The S8 has a virtual assistant called Bixby,
Hey Siri,
which will compete with Apple's Siri and Amazon's Alexa.
1 tablespoon equals 3 teaspoons.
We think the personal voice activated assistants are huge. The AI is going to be the definitive feature, probably, what cameras once were.
Samsung has another thing going for it: brand loyalty and the fierce allegiance of Android customers.
Consumers are very forgiving in product failures as long as the next product is really better. If you're a fan of the Android operating system, you're going to go back to Samsung because Samsung is the leading maker of Android-based smartphones.
Samsung also doesn't want to get behind the 8-ball in its battle with Apple, which is set to release the iPhone 8 later this year. Will the tech world watch the battle of the 8s closely? You may rely on it. Samuel Burke, CNN Money, London.